Welcome to this edition of Bettering Our Community. I'm your host, Kate Janess, and my guest today is a Derry resident who has harnessed the power of social media in order to bring Derry together. Jennifer Legg has created a little Facebook group that is making a big splash in town. Jennifer, thank you so much for coming in today. We're so happy to have you.
Thank you.
In the fall of 2013, you saw a need to create a forum for Derry residents. What were your original goals when you created Bringing Derry Together?
Well, my original goals were to have a forum so that people could ask questions of each other. I've lived in Derry for 17 years, so I know where the places are to go to eat and that type of thing, but I knew that there were new people that had questions.
Needed some information.
Right.
How many current members do you have with the group?
About 4,100,
Wow.
Growing every day.
Wow. Has participation in the group exceeded what you originally expected?
Absolutely, yeah. When I first started the group, I thought maybe there would be a couple of hundred people there, mostly friends. I've met a lot of new people, a lot of great people who live in Derry. Everyone's sharing experiences, which is really awesome.
So you've been in Derry for 17 years, you said. Where did you live before that?
Before that, I grew up in Woodstock, New York.
Okay.
You know, the Woodstock where the concert was, right outside, Before that, I lived in New Jersey, 3 different places, North Carolina. And so I've moved around a lot as a child.
And what do you do when you're not taking the web by storm? What's your career?
Well, I'm the business manager of our CPA firm, Corby, Legg, Murphy.
Okay.
And
that's a family business?
Well, sort of, yes. We just merged with another company, so now we have 2 new partners. So we have 4 CPAs on staff and bookkeeping services and everything. So.
Is this the first type of community organization that you've been involved in?
Not really. About 5 years ago, when I first joined Facebook, well, I joined Facebook around 7 years ago, but about 5 years ago, I actually started an event called Pay It Forward. And I was amazed at how it took off. It was really an event with one date, and it was November 21st, 2011. That was the date that I set for this. And it was really just supposed to spur people on to pay it forward. And by the time the event happened, it happened wherever you lived. It wasn't like there was a meeting place. It was just wherever you live. By the time the event happened, there were over, I think, 40,000 people involved in the event. And that was when I realized the power of social media and Facebook.
Wow. And what was Pay It Forward, where you were encouraging people to
really just pay it forward?
Good.
Just do something outside of the norm. You know, buy someone a coffee, pay someone a compliment. Do something outside the box of what you normally do. Just pay it forward. Do something for free, Let's
talk about the role that Bringing Derry Together has played within local businesses. This is really a platform for them to get information out. Are they taking advantage of that?
A lot of them are. It
Yeah.
really is. It's interesting to see what's happening. This morning, actually, someone mentioned that, Bringing Derry Together wasn't Yelp or TripAdvisory, which I think it really has become that for a lot of people. Social media can make or break a company, and a positive review can boost sales. A negative review can detriment sales, be a detriment to the company. So I try to promote people to, go on and give a shout out to something or a company. And I've heard from many area businesses that they love what's happening on BDT. They love the positivity of it, and their sales have increased.
Free advertising for them, really.
Pretty much,
in a
it
way.
is. Yeah.
So you encourage that? You encourage businesses to become
I do.
involved?
I think there's a happy medium. I think that I don't really want, people going on every hour promoting something.
Right.
But a friendly reminder of, hey, we have such and such on sale, or we just got this in, that type of thing is really good for the community.
You've organized some group activities for the group as a whole. I know there was a mass Powerball purchase.
Yes,
How many people were involved in that?
Well, there were 3 different groups. The first group, there was over 890 people, I believe, in it. The second group had 1,800 people in it. And the third group had 2,300 people in it.
Wow. And was it people just from Derry?
No, that got out of hand very quickly. We had the news reporters up from Boston. A lot of news reporters in New Hampshire.
It got a lot of press.
Got a lot of press.
Yep.
It went to international. I was on TV in Spain.
Oh, wow.
Texas, Washington, Florida, New York. It was all over. I actually heard that we were on, Derry got positive publicity on all 3 of the morning talk shows, Good Morning America and those types of shows. So interesting, yeah. It was
far-reaching. So people tried to participate after that, I'm sure.
I got a letter in the mail from a woman in Iowa with $4 included, with her life story written on a little sticky note. It was really sweet. She wanted to be in the Powerball pool, and unfortunately, I received the envelope 2 days after the Powerball, the third loss.
Not able to.
The group had already the third loss. Yeah, actually, it was more like the 7th loss, but the momentum just kept getting greater and greater, and finally I said no more groups, and someone actually ended up winning that night, so I was really happy about that, actually.
Yeah, even if there wasn't a win, it just seems like a lot of fun. It was something for people to come together and watch every night and check your TV.
It was. Coming around the corner, the last day that I did the drop off for the tickets, I did it at Orange Leaf. I tried to do it at a business each time, so that the area businesses would get a little surge. So I did it at Orange Leaf the last time, and when I came around the corner with all of my supplies and seeing the line from Orange Leaf all the way down to Shaw's, all the way back to Orange Leaf, that just blew my mind. That many people came out. I gave them 90 minutes to drop off envelopes, and Derry showed up. That's for sure.
They showed up.
Yeah.
And there's currently something underway? Is that right?
I've done other things. The first event that I actually did was I got a group of teens together, and we did an event at Birch Heights. I had seen a story on Facebook that had given me the initiative to bring a group of teens to Birch Heights and teach them how to use computers and teach them how to use Facebook. It became more of an event. We were almost more like tech support, which was fine because these teenagers all knew how to use phones and computers and routers and email and everything. My oldest daughter actually went with me, and she connected with an older woman there who had just had a nephew get married out in California, and she hadn't had any interaction with this family, and my daughter found the guy on Facebook and connected her with him, and she got to see pictures of a wedding that she couldn't attend. It was a wonderful story.
That must have meant a lot to her.
It really did.
Yeah.
It really did. Yeah. So there have been other events too. We did that. We went back again to Birch Heights and did more of the same. Taught them how to Skype. We've had snowball fights. At McGregor Park, we had one of those. We did a flash mob at Market Basket when Market Basket reopened. I say we because I throw it out there, and 50 people jump on board, and it's become like a family. It really has. Sounds cliche, but it really has.
And there's a fitness challenge underway?
There's a fitness challenge going on. Yeah, we started that January 1st, and another friend of mine from BDT, Keith Lane, actually. I met him on Facebook, and he lives, down the street. And he and his wife have become friends of mine, and he actually reached out to the Fisher Cats, and we're having a BDT day at the Fisher Cats on April 17th. So that's our big reveal for everyone to show up with their, new svelte bodies.
How does it work? Are people weighing in, or is there a winner?
No, there's no winner. Or anybody who loses, even if you lose a pound and you feel better about yourself, or and it's not just about weight loss. It's about getting fit and being healthy, and it was really another way to bring a group of people together that had a common goal in mind. And
so they're tracking it themselves.
They are,
essentially.
Yeah. Everybody paired up so that we have a joint weigh-in, so that you don't have to disclose your weight to anybody. And so when you put your weight with somebody else's weight, and you can post that more confidently than you probably wouldn't want to post your own weight. So.
I know people are often more successful with a buddy, so it's a new gym buddy at the very least.
Yep. And Keith happens to be my partner for the weight loss challenge, so that was kind of cool. He's a great guy. So.
Is he a good motivator?
He is. He really is. He's in Disney World right now, which is not fair, but that's okay.
When he comes back, have to hit the gym together.
Exactly. Yeah.
What has surprised you about giving residents the opportunity to speak freely to one another?
What has surprised me? Well, I often say to the group that I have 3 kids at home who fight incessantly, and I really want people to become accountable for what they write. I don't censor anyone. I don't tell people what to say. I don't, I've been accused of trying to be too positive, which I don't really think there's any such thing as being too positive. I don't like when people post negative things, on BDT. If you have an issue with an area business, call them up, give them a chance to fix it. I love it when people give them a shout out. You know, I get my hair cut and I give a shout out to the hair salon I go to, or if I have a good experience at my auto body place, I give them a shout out. I love when people do that because it's promoting positivity in the community, which is my vision for BDT. That is exactly what it is. It's all about positive, purposeful people living together in a community. Plus, when you see these people at the grocery store or at the bank, you know, who do you want to be to them?
Right.
You know, who do you want to be remembered for? What do you want to be remembered for? Being positive or being negative? And I think being positive will get you more friends.
I think so. I think so. So you're more of a hands-off type of moderator. You kind of just let it.
I wouldn't say that. I would say it's become so busy that I don't see a lot of stuff unless I'm tagged in it. So when I sign on to Facebook at night, and usually that's when I'm on at night, I'm sitting at home after I've had dinner and put the kids to sleep. But at night when I'm sitting at home in my chair on Facebook, I see what people have tagged me in. I'll browse some of it, and I know people say, oh, if you see something you don't like, just keep scrolling. But people should be accountable for what they say, and if people are being mean or something, I tend to send a private message and say, can you clean this up? Try to clean it up.
Keep it in
and
check.
people I'm really impressed with people. I think for the most part, the morale on BDT is incredible. I think that there are a lot of people out there who just love Derry and who want to be a part of the community. And something magical has happened over the last 6 months in our community where people are out. If you go to West Broadway on any given night, the streets are packed with people going to local businesses, and it's just a lot of great stuff going on.
Can you think of an example of a positive experience that has come out of this group?
One thing that's really important to me, I know that a lot of friendships have been made in Derry. Busy people who, may work out of town or live full lives, they can go home and they can make a new friend on Facebook. As funny as that sounds, we actually have had several meet and greets in person too. We had one at the Grind last month where we set up a time and said, hey, if you want to come out and meet anybody, come on over, grab a coffee. It supports a local business and you'll meet some new people. And I actually went to that one and there were probably about 15 people there that some had met each other before, and some were meeting each other for the first time. I think that's a really powerful thing.
It gets people out from behind their computers and into the world. And
when you can go to an event, as funny as it sounds, but the Powerball ticket drop-off was like an old home day. There were people standing in line. No one was upset. No one was angry. No one was impatient. Everyone was just there. They were all there hoping to win the lottery as a big, gigantic group of people. And it was a wonderful thing to be a part of.
What opportunities has this presented for you personally? Has this opened any doors for you?
I don't know if I opened any doors necessarily. I've made a lot of new friends in Derry that I probably wouldn't have met prior to this. I like to bring fun to Derry. I like to create events. I wake up in the morning with an event idea, and sometimes I share it and sometimes I don't. Depends on what kind of looks I'll get, because I've come up with some crazy things. But for the most part, people are really, really good about, knowing that I'm the crazy one in Derry that creates things. And I did actually just go down to Washington, D.C. and participated in a commercial with the Firefighters Union, which was really awesome to be a part of.
Good experience.
They know how much I care about this community and how much they do. And I actually made a couple new friends there too. So,
who do you run your ideas by when you think they might be a crazy new idea? Do you run them by your husband? Do you run them by your kids?
I have a couple of friends who are probably laughing right now because I'll call them up and say, I have an idea. Or I'll shoot it out on Facebook and say, hey, I have an idea. And people now laugh because they know that my heart's in the right place. I want good things for Derry, nothing but good things for Derry. So when I have an idea, it's usually something off the wall. And everybody's usually pretty much energized and jumps on board with me.
Do you ever come across any misconceptions about the group?
Actually, yeah, it's funny. There were several months in a row where people from Derry, Ireland, who were trying to join the page. And I let one on, not let one on, but I accepted one, and the person posted something about a car accident that had happened, and I think everyone that saw it, I think their heart kind of skipped a beat. And then when you read the article, it happened in Derry, Ireland.
Oh, they thought it was here.
They thought it was here. And so I think very quickly the person realized that this is Derry, New Hampshire, and it wasn't Derry, Ireland. And but that was a moment in time where we all just kind of stopped and said, oh no, a car accident, and hope they're okay, and people were actually writing positive things like, I hope the person's okay, and I hope everything's, all right. But yeah, that was kind of
afterwards. Did the person who posted the article realize they had made the mistake?
I think so. Yeah, I think kind of just bowed out gracefully. Yeah.
What do you see as the future of bringing Derry together?
I'm kind of taking each day as it comes. The group is growing. We do have people that live in surrounding towns, around Derry. We do have some people that are from Massachusetts. We have people, this morning I had someone say that, he's moving to Derry and that's why he wants to be on the page. He was told by his real estate agent to join the page, which I thought that was awesome.
Oh, and what a great resource that is for a new resident. Wow.
I think, and I've joked about BDT being really like the welcome wagon, of the 70s. And that's what it is. People post on BDT that, they just moved to Derry, and there will be, 70 or 80 welcome to Derry's comments immediately after that, which makes people really feel good.
It's a nice feeling, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And you
great.
said you were new to Derry, so
I am, yes. I moved here in August, and I actually found my babysitter through bringing Derry together.
Right.
And I was able to get references through that as well, so I think it's such a great resource for a new resident.
And it's in real time. I hear all the time how, and this is not to discount anyone in the media or anything like that, but it's real time. If something great happens in Derry, it's on BDT within seconds.
Right.
And the same goes for things that are not so great. If there's a car accident, it's on BDT. And I really appreciate the fact that people are sensitive to people's identities and they're not sharing things like that, because I think people do deserve privacy. So. Absolutely.
Well, I want to thank you so much for coming in today. I think this was a very important conversation to have for people.
Thank you very much for having me.
There's, again, how many people, there's over 4,000 people on the site, and it's continuing to grow, and I think we all appreciate what you do. So
thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
It's been fun.
Thank you for watching Bettering Our Community. I am Kate Janess. Stay tuned for more locally produced programming on Channel 23.